Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pager here, once again with another video on Legends of Tomorrow Season 2. Now this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 15, otherwise entitled The Fellowship of the Spear. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Spear of Destiny.
Figure out how to keep it out of the Legion's hands.
We must return to the Vanishing Point.
It's time to change the game.
We're going back to war.
Pretty pathetic, if you ask me.
This is Snout. You can see it.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow, all new Tuesday, 9/8 Central on the CW.
So wow, that was actually a pretty insane trailer with quite a decent amount of stuff to go over. Now as I said, the episode is entitled Fellowship of the Spear. There's a little reference there, some of you may get it now, but I will go deeper into it later in the video. Obviously, in the last episode, we saw the Legends retrieve the final piece of the Spear of Destiny from probably one of the last places you would expect to find it, the moon. So it was really at that point that we could feel the push to the end of the season, and it does look like this episode will be like the official kicking off point to that push. Before we break down the actual trailer though, we will go over the synopsis or description for this episode just to get a better idea of what is going on. But quickly before we do that, if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it just to show your support for the Legends videos. Let me know in the comments section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. The Legends must devise a plan to retrieve the last remaining fragments of the Spear of Destiny from the Legion of Doom. They find themselves in France at the height of World War I, faced with the knowledge that they must destroy the mystical object. They enlist the help of a soldier by the name of John Ronald Rule Tolkien, and find that the spear is leading them into the heart of the war. Meanwhile, the team must all resist the temptation of the spear and the return of a former teammate. But yeah, as I said, there is a decent amount to point out from the trailer, so let's jump straight into it. So the trailer starts off with the Legends assembling the Spear of Destiny and seeing it all come together, which looked pretty damn cool. I'm guessing this will be like 10 minutes into the episode, maybe 15. And that's just due to the fact that they still need to get pieces from the Legion of Doom. But then as the synopsis also states, the spear then leads them into the heart of the war. So you'd have to think that it's going to be a crazy opening quarter of the episode as they get the remaining pieces and actually form the spear, and then the adventure into World War I begins. Now the next big thing to take from the trailer, which I do think is going to be very interesting to actually watch, is when the Legends return to the Vanishing Point, which I think we all know is going to be hard for everyone that was involved from last season, but especially Mick or Heatwave, seeing that he was going to sacrifice himself to save everyone, but his closest friend and ally, Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cold, took his place and sacrificed himself and saved the rest of the Legends from the Time Masters. So that could be a pretty tough scene to watch, and I'm actually pretty excited to see how it all plays out. One quick little thing to point out from the trailer, we actually do get Firestorm back. Finally, it feels like 2 seasons since we've actually seen him, flame on, not just like there, but actually, fly around. So thank God it's been a while since we've seen him, excluding that like evil Firestorm from the last episode. So this should be a pretty cool sequence in this episode as we go back to World War I. We have already been to World War II earlier this season, so this should be pretty cool as well. We actually do see Sarah and Amaya as like nurses. And we also see Sarah like running around holding a spear while making her way through the battlefield. So yeah, I wonder if she'll actually like stab someone with a spear. Maybe that's like not the smartest idea. Now here you actually do see Nate kicking a wall, but it is actually the person to the right of Nate who is the main focus of this point. Now this is that soldier that the Legends enlist the help of, who is called John Ronald Rule Tolkien, otherwise known as J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of the Lord of the Rings books as well as The Hobbit. This should really give you an idea of why the episode is entitled Fellowship of the Spear now. And similar to the episode that had George Lucas in it, how it inspired some things from Star Wars, like they, reenacted some stuff. I'm guessing a few things will happen in this episode which inspire events from the Lord of the Rings books, like the spear having similarities to the ring, but I wonder who Gollum may be inspired by. Who was Frodo inspired by as well? That'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. You also do see the skeleton of what could be a soldier from Camelot, possibly. I say this as we do enter this room here, and it is the exact same room when the round table was located in the Camelot episode. Now, I am not 100% sure if this is what they're actually going for, like if this is Camelot this many years later, or if they are just reusing the set, because that can happen. You see it on Flash a lot, like you reuse jitters for like another building or another function or something in a Flash episode, and you could tell it was jitters. So it just might be reusing a set. Yeah, that could just be the case. Sorry, it is a bit confusing, to be honest. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how everything plays out. But I guess it would make sense if it was like older Camelot. But yeah, who knows? But I guess the big reveal of the episode is when we get Captain Cold. He is back. Everyone can see him. It's not just Mick that can see him. It's not Mick hallucinating again like we've seen earlier this season. Everyone can see him. This Captain Cold is real. But I guess the big question is, where is he from? What type of Captain Cold is he? Is he like 2013 Captain Cold? Is it Captain Cold just before he came with the Legends? What version of Captain Cold is this? Because that's really going to explain everything and really like tell you how this Captain Cold will act. And obviously, as the synopsis does say, the Legends are going to have to resist using the Spear of Destiny to bring him back. Because, you know, if they could really do one thing in regards to like the whole team, like if the whole team had to choose one thing to do, it would most likely be bring Captain Cold back in, you know, the version that they were with in season 1. So I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I'm actually very excited. It's awesome to have Captain Cold back, because we sort of did get played this season. They're like, oh yeah, Captain Cold's a part of the Legion of Doom. But it's really, you know, the third last episode. This is the third last episode, by the way, that he's getting into the team. You know what I mean? Like Malcolm Merlin was the last one to join, but he came in episode 7 or 8. So he's been there for a while. So been waiting a while for Captain Cold. At least we have him now. He's real. He's not like a figment of Mick's imagination. So I'm excited to see what happens. This version does seem like he's, you know, season 1 of The Flash, like, you know, pretty early. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what, like, exact time period and what his relationship with Mick might have been at the point. Or maybe he's been told that Mick's become this hero, essentially. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how it all plays out. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it just to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are you looking forward to most in this episode? Where do you think this Captain Cold is from? Do you think he's from, like, season 1 of Flash? Or do you think he's, like, you know, that season 2 Captain Cold where he was still bad, but you could see he still was like, he was a growing morals, like he was still growing a good side, if you want to call it. Where do you think he's from? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.